Hey guys, this is fairydark user. I am going to try to become a Pokemon TCG player. So, I mean, for now it's going to be Pokemon TCG Live, but I will be playing Pokemon Champions, which is releasing on iOS next month, I believe, hopefully. So yeah, essentially this channel is going to be me breaking down. No, it's going to be me uploading game footage of my rank grind, because I mainly like playing ranked game mode. And yeah, I'm going to be breaking down the strategies I use, maybe even different metas, and kind of understand and kind of just break down, I guess, the present kind of climates you see in terms of like meta strategies and a lot more popular uses of Pokemon, and a lot of different types of like item cards, etc. This video in particular, we are going to break down this ranked gameplay I have in the game mode, obviously. So, if you couldn't tell from my username, I'm a fairydark user type, if that's even a real thing. So essentially, I like using fairy and dark type monsters, along with some other monsters, but primarily those two kind of archetypes. And essentially, I'm trying to perfect this deck and express a lot of these different ideas that I really want to try and use all together. Essentially, create a lot of different kind of ongoing strategies that I can use to beat a lot of different metas. Definitely a work in progress, but I have seen a lot of success in terms of the wins in close matches I do have against pretty decent decks where I've gotten some prize cards. Granted, may not have won, but the point being that, you know, maybe there's some potential here. I'm just trying to perfect the balance. As you can see here, not the greatest of hands. I think I realised playing this game that the best decks often have a lot of setup and a lot of contingency. So it attacks hard and strong really fast, and it can prepare for a lot of different situations off the bat. It's definitely what I want to try and look into more in this deck. So as you can see, I'm playing against, gonna be honest, I haven't played a lot of Pokemon. Pokemon TCG in this game is gonna be my first ever really kind of Pokemon experience, and the Champion's gonna be my first ever experience. So this commentating will improve over time. So as you can see, I use Meowth EXE specifically to use his ability to get a support card. So yeah, I'm trying to just fill up the boards, try and get some different strategies, different ideas going. So I obviously like to use a lot of the Duskull evolutions. You know, it's a pretty, definitely very basic beginner friendly. It's generally pretty effective. So I will be using that later in the draw, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't choose it now, which I thought I did, but no, I really should have looked back and then commentate on this, but I think I'll be fine. So I think I am going to just try and go off the bat, try and get rid of Felish. Felish is really strong because their evolution gets rid of restricts item cards and Pokemon tool type cards. So yeah, that's basically a bit. Well, I'm using Felish myself in this. At this point in this variation of the deck, I have been changing it a lot. So yeah, I actually do. Felish is a pretty good card. You know, it floodgates essentially a lot of two major types of cards, which is really effective, and it's not a bad attack strength for its evolution. Forgive me. I was recording this on my phone, and because the type of phone I use, it's really easy to swipe off the device. So yeah, I think I end my turn. Actually, oh, it's their turn. Okay, so they gone through that attack sadly, and I can't use any item cards there. So yeah, again, Frillish, pretty strong card, all things considered, especially the Jellicent form. So in a slow-paced game, you know, I think we're both just kind of revving up, both getting into it more. I think I do take out the Frillish here with my Adrenabrain. Very effective card effects, even not just for friendlies, but you'll see it in a lot higher tier play as well, I think. A lot of people use Adrenabrain, which is very effective in just getting damage on the board pretty quickly. I also use Kavana and that Sharpedo, I think. Again, bad names, forgive me, try not to kill yourselves. Yeah, Kavana, its final form is also really strong, actually. Because, of course, low energy usage, actually. Not a lot of energy you put on that card, and it does a lot of damage. If it is damage, even. Because it does, I believe, 270 damage if it's damaged already. And it can draw 2 cards from one of its attacks, so very effective. So as you can see here, I'm just applying pressure. I got some decent field Pokemon right now that I can just sub in if I need. Big weakness of this deck is the lack of setups. So things can go wrong very quickly, and I can't really mobilize well. I've noticed that in this clip and future clips of my gameplay, which I really need to work on. I need to work on essentially running better lines, better sequences, and throwing a lot more damage at them. So I think I'm just... yeah, it's their turn, so I'm just waiting on them to make a move. Again, I think this person is a similar skill to me. As you can see, they don't really have much of a strategy going on. Kind of a mishmash of different Pokemon, albeit a lot of their abilities are pretty effective. I don't know about Melian Netta on the left. Her ability won't come into effect at all because it's only a first turn usage. So yeah, definitely, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm in Master Rank, but there's definitely a different, like, kind of different quality in matches the higher you go in. So as you can see here, it will be a lot of kind of scrappier put together decks compared to a lot of metas you'll see. Aries a really good card. I've been using that a lot. Not only it gives me info on my opponent, can definitely screw over the strategies if I get the right item cards off the board. Forgive me if you can't hear me well. I got a blocked nose. Oh no, it's not just because I'm British. Even British. Yes, we do sound like that. Not do sound like this normally, but yeah, I'm just a bit sick. But yeah, forgive me for audio issues. I'm probably going to be recording this in better places, kind of better rules, if that's the right term for it. So yeah, just again, this is a slugfest at this point. Jellison, however, has given me a great advantage in terms of floodgating the support item cards and Pokemon tool cards. Support cards would be kind of OP if Jellison was able to do that on top of the 2 other effects, the 2 other type of floodgates it uses. Or in general, just stopping support cards. That's ridiculous. As you can see, I am... so I would probably... yeah, I would probably upgrade this into Gavanna because I didn't look back at the stage. So the thing is, it's risky to use Tree here because you're giving your opponents an advantage as well. The thing is, since if you look at their board, they don't have anything to evolve from, nor is it too much of a risk to use Tree here. See, I use my support card, get Meowth, very effective card, lets you grab support cards, which is very effective. Yep, just a beginner friendly. I'm pretty sure it sees an okay amount of play in top tier decks, but again, with top tier decks, it is structured very, very specifically so that it runs specific lines, specific sequences, and there's not much area to brick, really. So the thing is, I would use meta decks, but at the same time, I play this game enough to kind of know how they work and the idea behind them. So I don't want this game to get too repetitive, too boring. That's why I'm trying to look into more uniquely styled decks using, be it maybe less than effective Pokemon, but in the right situations to be very effective. I don't know. I don't know if it's in this game or I have it in this deck, but I do use a lot of interesting Pokemon. It's like this one Pokemon that can do 20, I think, times the amount of damage counters on another card. And if it gets knocked out by an EX Pokemon, then they don't get any... what's it called? They don't get any price cards. So yeah, that can be a really strong card, but doesn't see a lot of play, I believe, due to it being situational and a lot better alternatives. See, in terms of the current gameplay right now, this is essentially the idealized style I want to play in a deck. You have multiple options on the field, multiple different ways of attacking, and you know, basically being able to switch on the fly when it comes to strategies. So I could switch off to Adriana. I can retreat to Adriana, get confused, or I can keep Jellicent to floodgate them, or I can switch to Gavanna and evolve that into Sharpedo, I believe. That's that Pokemon's name. And just do major damage on the board. And draw 2 cards. So I have a lot, that's kind of the deck I want to try and perfect. A lot of different strategies. Room for a lot of kind of creativity and expression, I suppose, rather than, you know, running so many of the same lines and sequences, which I'm trying to avoid, hence why I'm not really using the meta decks yet. So yeah, they don't really have much of a response to me. Yeah, Adriana, very effective, already basically KO'd Marionetta, I believe that's her name. So yeah, very effective card. Yeah, I do, if you can't tell, I'm also using the sheep. Yeah, so the way I'm looking at it is I can't really see my screen that well due to the quality. But the Pokemon fans are going to kill me for getting these names completely wrong. But the sheep Pokemon, and its evolution's pretty good because it can force retreat, and you can pick what Pokemon can put. You can pick what Pokemon to put in the active spot on their side, which is very effective. Of course, though, it's a lot more efficient to use their support cards. So I think one of them is called Boss, where you can just force a card of you choosing into the support, into the active section. A lot more efficient, but it depends on utility, of course, in different situations. Which again fits into my idealized playstyle of having multiple options all the time. Flip the script, yeah, that Pokemon in particular is pretty effective. Beginner friendly, of course, because you can draw 3 if one of your Pokemon's KO'd, which is really good. So I think from here, the reason why this game really took a while is because they got some momentum and started taking out some of my Pokemon, as you can see. They'll probably want to... Yeah, that makes sense, because of Munkdory, I believe its name is. Very effective ability. Confusion, being able to transfer damage counters up to 30. Very effective. So I think this is where my opponent takes some price cards off my board. Whether or not I win, I will not spoil that, because this is very... Sorry, again, recording on... phone, so yeah, I'll definitely get better at recording soon. Not much of a content creator, truthfully. But yeah, I won't spoil the ending of this very invigorating, full of anticipation video. Definitely not. If I haven't spoiled it already, and I forgot. So not about Strike, all honesty. Well, they took out a powerful Pokemon. Powerful Pokemon with a powerful effect. However, I do still have one Munkdory, so I can still kind of mitigate some damage here and there. So here it looks like I'm ready to... Oh, that's the card I was talking about, yeah. That one, right? Cicada. I'm so bad at names. Yes, the leaf type Pokemon there. I really hope it's leaf type and not something else, because I know I'm going to get crucified if somehow some people see this in the algorithm. But yeah, the evolved type of that Pokemon is very effective. Can dish out huge amounts of damage so fast, it's insane. And very low setup, only one psychic energy, 3 retreat. It's actually a very good card, objectively, I'd say. So you see, I think I want to keep Jellicent on to try and kind of stop their momentum, you know, reduce the amount of cards they can use, try and reduce any lines they can play, any sequences, to try and get ahead. Right now, I could take out their active Pokemon if I get, I think, more cards Jellicent. Because Jellicent's effect is that they can, yeah, with 2 more counters, they can do 116 more damage. Not a lot of damage, but in this case, it'll probably be enough. That's the card I was talking about earlier, yeah. So yeah, it looks like my opponent is dead set on getting rid of my Adrena Brain strategy, which isn't ideal. However, I still have an edge here. They don't, again, back row is so crucial. Not only for effects like Adrena Brain, but also being able to set counters, being able to essentially floodgate, and being able to buff your Pokemon and debuff your opponents. Yeah, see that a lot you'll see that a lot in higher tier play. Just so much going on, so much you got to account for essentially. Of course, here this is a very low tier gameplay. I think at this point I'm in the mid lower tier of master rank, so you won't see a lot of invigorating gameplay. So essentially, for the fairydark channel, I mean, this channel is called, I believe, TCGGS, or something along those lines. Again, very terrible memory. Essentially, the idea is that I just want to record a ranked gameplay, and once everything's set up in terms of being able to play champions and perfecting this deck, I really want to record more gameplay. Essentially, yeah, or like playthroughs. And really engage if I do somehow manage to make an audience out of this on Twitch and YouTube. So I think here is where I wanna... I don't remember. Yeah, World Trees also... Oh yeah, for the I'm so bad on names. The Cyclops, yeah, the Dicyclops, or the play there where I can essentially blow up my Pokemon to do damage. Very effective. Very, very effective card. I don't think I use it... Yeah, I don't think I use it yet though, because I'm still in the lead, so essentially I want to feel it out. And then I can go for a strike here, because I can take out the active Pokemon on their side with that effect. So it's just waiting and seeing, I guess. Again, sorry for the shitty voice quality. I do sound a lot more tolerable than this, I swear. Or bearable, sorry. So I'll sound a lot better for future videos and streams. Hopefully the mixing isn't too bad in terms of the gameplay audio here and my voice. I didn't consider that at all, which I'm going to have to in future videos. Okay, this is where my strategy comes into play, because so I use Meowth, again, very powerful ability to get a support card for free, and then I can use that support card to evolve my active Pokemon into what I was talking about earlier, a very powerful card that can do incredible damage. And I think that's how I see if this line works. Yeah, Shed Ninja, if I pronounce that right. So I think I win here. So as you can see, if you read it, it does 20... Oh, in fact, do I not use Shed Ninja? I think I win the game from that. I wanted to use Shed Ninja's effect, but I guess not. I'm pretty sure I win, yeah, because that was a... Hopefully that was had the rule box for take 2. Okay. Yeah, alright, I won. That was really anticlimactic. Didn't even get to show off Shed Ninja's effect, but yeah, sorry, I know this is really rough content, but I will work on it. It will be a lot better sounding, better produced, better quality. I'll break down my deck, I'll record way better gameplay, way better matches, diversify the content. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So, yeah, I don't have any social media set up here, but you can always comment. I'll definitely reply to all the comments. If there are even any comments here. I will be uploading a lot more videos soon. And yeah, I appreciate anyone who even gives me the time of day to watch this really scrappy content. And I hope you guys enjoyed it for what it was, and